So, quick session-y one, and we're here today having a nice meat day. We caught loads and loads of fish on meat, but everything sort of changed at Partridge. Partridge is coming back to the old good days where they proper feed in the places we want to catch them. So what I want to do really quickly is a little bit of mudline fishing. I mean, it's getting there now. What are we on? We're on June, aren't we? First week of June already we're filming this. Now is the time. Most of the fish have had a spawn, they're going to feed. I mean, and they're more than happy. Them bigger fish, they want to feed right in that shallow water. So that is where we're going to catch a few today. So rig's ready, plumbed up. I plumbed up a little bit different. I've had to plumb up just off the mud hole here on the left-hand side because I've got a bit of a snag in the mud hole today. But I can still fish in a really nice depth. I'm fishing in 18 inches of water, which is absolutely perfect for feeding some ground bait and getting some big wobbly or anything. In fact, I just want to catch some fish in the mud. I just want to hook one and see a big boil as soon as I hook one. So that is what we're going to do. I've got my hook baits. In this case, I'm going to have some meat. Simple bit of meat on the hook. That is what they're eating here at the minute, Partridge. Pretty much, I barely want to bring another bait to the peg. That is what they want to eat. And I've got some more of our lovely, really, really heavy, my new favouriteest margin mix in the world, which is our Mega Carp method mix. But it's not, it's Mega Carp margin mix in this case, but the same thing, innit? I mean, it's not down the edge, it's across. It's the same thing. It's really, really shallow water. And what I'm after above all else, when it comes to mudline fishing, is a really, 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 really heavy, stodgy groundbait mix that stays there. The last thing I want is to fish something like super crushed expander or normal crushed expander where bait's going to go everywhere. I don't want that. I want it to stay where I want it to be. It's mixed really, really, really heavy. Really, really over wetted, that one. Very, very inert. But the great big lumps that are in it just mean that with a little squeeze, putting that in a peg, I am always fishing over something. It just keeps my pile in place. I mean, that small volume that you've got, I've used this analogy loads and loads, you've literally got a goldfish bowl to work in. And if a big carp comes into that, wiggles its arse a little bit, your bait is going to go all over the place. I just want something that stays in place for a little bit longer. So, without further ado, I'm going to go straight in. This is live. I've not even caught one yet. This is straight in catching a fish. I've literally fed this once and put my rig in to make sure there's no snags. So I'm going to impale my piece of meat on my 16, and I've got a medium pot on. You're going to have to lean over. Sorry, Jakey. In fact, let's unattach this. Let me do it. Let's be professional. Unattach it. Get me pot nice and loose. It's so wet already. I mean, it is absolutely borderline ruined. It's that wet. But I'm just going to put that mix in. Just tap it off. Not too hard. Just give it a little. And that's going to be the lovely little parcel now that's going to go in like that and end up on the bottom. So let's whiz him in. Nice little lumpy bit. All happy, good to go. You can see, bit different from the norm. I've not got muddy style float on. I've got one of our slim ones on. Me being a bit weird, I like a more delicate float, specifically in this sort of case where I'm catching a few little fish as well. It's not just big carp. If it was just big uns, then I'd put a mudline style float on. But I like something a little bit sexier sometimes. And we're going to whiz out nice and slow. Excuse me, pole rollers, they are set up shockingly because they've been bodged very, very quickly. And same as always, get in there, forget about your rig, get your pile in place there. Put that in my pot so it stays in my pot while I turn it over. Let that turn over, beautiful, lift him up, and the trap is pretty much set, nice and low. And then really what I want to do is wait. Yeah, I don't want to get a bite straight away because that upsets everything. I want to wait sort of like 10, 15 seconds now, where I'm really, really happy that that bait is all settled lovely on the bottom. One fish has come in and job done. Doesn't get better than that. It's like I've done it before, Jake, innit? How good was that? But it's not a big wobbly one. I didn't see an explosion, which I wanted to see. This one is a little baby fish, but still a lovely, lovely way of catching. See, he's not that baby. He's a pound, isn't he? You give me a pound for him? He's a pound all day long. Just, maybe 12 ounce. But still, don't get better than that. Absolutely bang on. You know, even with the light rig, as long as you've not got too many fish coming into your peg, your bites are nice. You're not going to get too many liners. It's just nice and controlled. So I'm going to do it once more just because I love that much. That was brilliant, wasn't it? Same again. All I want to do regulate is how much bait I'm going to put in. I mean, being first cast, I don't mind putting a full pot in that case. But it may be that I put half a pot in, maybe I swap to a smaller pot if I'm just catching F1s. Or on the flip side, later on in the session, once them big wobbly ones start feeding, we may put a pot twice the size of that on just to make sure we're getting a load of bait in, depending what I feel is getting eaten and how quick the fish are coming into the peg. So this cast is going to tell me everything. because I've just fed. What I'm really hoping for now is that hooking that fish has spooked everything else and they've left my peg for a little bit. And then I'm going to feed this, and it's just going to take them the same again, that little window, that sort of 10, 15 seconds, maybe a bit longer, it even wouldn't be a problem, before they come in my peg. What I don't want is a bite straight away, where they're attacking me pile or upsetting me pile. My pile's never actually settling on the bottom. That's the last thing I want. They're like that. Well, that was nearly all right. But there was a fish in my peg, which I've missed the indication. Now I'm worried. Yeah, another indication, 2 indications. This next one now, I've got a 3 indication window, as long as it's within a minute of me feeding me bait. Whereas if I miss 3 indications, I'm going to pretend that one didn't happen then, because I'm straight back in. Then I want to come back and feed again, because 99% chance them fish have cleared all that bait out. And it's very, very unlikely I'm going to get a bite after that. See how now? I've gone in and had my 3 indications, I've sat there, nothing's happening. Yeah, that is because there is very, very likely no bait, or in particular, no accurate pile left in that peg. They've messed it up. So my key tip at this time is whiz back, replace the pile. You have to be so proactive when you're fishing like this. As soon as you know that that pile isn't in place anymore, I mean, I can get indications and all that, but I'm very, very unlikely, or I'm less likely to hook a fish cleanly in the mouth once they've upset everything. So I'm just going to give this 10 more seconds now, see if I can come back with a fish. If not, I will get a clean bite far quicker by whizzing back, feeding again, concentrating them in that pile. And job is a good one. See, it's just messy, innit? It's just messy. Just messy, messy, messy. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to replace the pile now. I don't know if any meat even fell off there. That's probably why I didn't catch one. Whizzing back. Fix this rig in a sec. Piece of meat on the hook. Nice. Try and pick the bits of meat that aren't too fatty. If they've got a big lump of fat on them, chuck them back in the box, because you don't want them as your hook bait, because they tend to rip off a little bit easier. Same again. Good to go. Lovely little pile. And I'm going to nail one. I'm going to nail a 2-pound Ghost F1, Jake, okay? That's what we're going to catch. I don't know why I'm saying that. I've not even caught one of them all day, but I can just feel it coming. Same again. Bait in. I'm a little bit worried this time, because I know that there's going to be a fish in my peg that I'm feeding it over the top. And if it's them little ones that I've already caught, they could be a bit too active, but still, we still have to go for it. So that's all right. That's got in nice. That'll have got to the bottom now. I've just got to hold it nice and tight right over the top of it. So I'd much rather have done this touching something. If I could have touched the bank, that's where I want to be. But everything's just a little bit overgrown on this peg that I'm so... Jakey, I've got an F1 ghosty one. Told you I was catching one. I just know. You can't teach that. You can't... he's not quite a ghosty. He's nearly a ghosty one. But yeah, because there's a few little roots sticking out, I want to avoid getting my rig snagged on any of them little tentacles. So by picking where I have a little bit deeper, it just makes me a little bit less stressed out that my rig's going to get caught on things. But yet again, another beautiful fish. Oh, he's only what, 6 out of 10. But see, we're seeing the bite straight away, so he's hooked lovely in the mouth. But yeah, other than that, let me pop him out, pop him back. That is my very, very quick tip guide to mudline fishing. Pay attention to them few things, keep replenishing that pile, make sure you've got the right ground bait mix that is heavy, claggy, stays where you want it, and I guarantee that'll mean you catch lots and lots more.